Hi, this is Mrs. Mallet, and today we're going to talk about the power of a product rule. Now, I like to think of this rule as the power rule and the product rule coming together to form this new rule called the power of a product rule. So, I bet you're wondering, what? Let me explain it to you. Now, according to the power of a product rule, everything on the inside of the parentheses gets that exponent on the outside. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's say we have x, y, and I'm raising that to the second power. Notice here that I have the 2 on the outside and the xy on the inside. So when I kind of like distributing the 2, but not really, you're distributing it, I guess, as an exponent would be the best way to put it. So everything on the inside gets that 2. So the x will get the 2 and the y will get the 2. So now this becomes x squared, y squared. Okay, let's try another example. Let's say I had 2x to the third power. Okay, this works the exact same way. Everything on the inside of the parentheses gets that exponent on the outside. So this will now become 2 to the third power and then x to the third power. Now, we can simplify 2 to the third power because we know how to do that. That's 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 to the third power is 8. So now we have 8x to the third power. Okay, so now I bet you're thinking, well, what if you have exponents inside the parentheses? How does that work? That's a good question. Let's figure that out. So now let's see that I have 2x squared, and I'm raising that to the fifth power. Okay, so now let's do this. So everything on the inside is going to get that exponent. So you do know that I'll have 2 to the fifth power. But what about the x? Remember your power rule. When you have a power raised to a power, that's right, you multiply. So it'll be 2 times 5, which is 10. So I have 2 to the fifth power, x to the 10th power. And let's go ahead and expand out or simplify further since we can. 2 to the fifth power. Remember, that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. You're multiplying 5 2's together. So that is 32 x to the 10th power. Good job. Now, let's try one that's a little bit more complicated. Let's say I have this big long one right here. So I have negative 5 x squared, y third, and z. That's my z. Okay. So now let's do this one. Remember, everything on the inside of the parentheses gets that exponent on the outside. So this will become negative 5 squared, x to the fourth, because 2 times 2 is 4, y to the 6, because 3 times 2 is 6, and z squared. Now, I bet you're wondering, why did you put that negative 5 in parentheses? Because remember, that negative goes with the 5, so you want to keep it in parentheses like that. Okay, so now let's simplify what we can. Negative 5 squared is positive 25. So now this will become 25 x to the fourth, y to the sixth, and z squared. And this will be our final answer. It works the exact same way with fractions too, so I bet you're wondering one like that. So I'll do one like that with fractions too. Okay, so let's say that I have 1 to the fourth x squared y, and I want to raise this to the third power. It works the exact same way. Okay, so everything on the inside gets that exponent on the outside. So it'll be 1 over 4 to the third power, x to the sixth power, and y to the third power. Now let's go ahead and simplify down the 1 over 4. Okay, so that's 1 over 4 times 1 over 4 times 1 over 4. Remember that. So we have 1 over 64, x to the sixth, y to the third. Okay? And so what we just did was the power of a product rule.